Create a membership site and start selling your online courses in an afternoon. My name is Dave Wooding from IntegratePro, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you in this video. Start by going to IntegrateProGuide.com, where you can download the one-page cheat sheet. That's IntegrateProGuide.com. And there's 4 things we're going to cover: the tools you're going to use, how to set them up, connect everything, and then going live. So these are the tools: WordPress, ThriveCart for the shopping cart, ActiveCampaign for email, ActiveMember 360 is a plugin, LearnDash is the learning management system plugin, and BuddyBoss is the theme. So let's set them up. Now, importantly, the order you do this helps. If you do it in the order where we start with WordPress, go to ActiveCampaign, followed by BuddyBoss, then LearnDash, next is ActiveMember 360, and finally ThriveCart, you'll have the most efficient, quick setup possible. So, starting with WordPress, I'm going to recommend that your membership site is set up on a new WordPress install. Don't share it with a WordPress site you've already set up. It can be on the same domain, but a different directory or different subdomain. Don't use caching plugins. And I recommend CPanel type hosting, which means I don't recommend WordPress type hosting, which can work, but sometimes doesn't. Here we are inside the CPanel part of the hosting account. You want to look for WordPress. So I'm going to search for WordPress. I can click on this WordPress Manager by Softalicious, and I'm going to install. And it's going to put in the most recent version. You probably want to use HTTPS. You can put it in a subdirectory if you want here. I'm actually going to just put it on the home or root domain. Give it a name, create a username, and let's make a secure password. Not what I'm showing you. Install. So next up, click on the WP admin link, and you may already be logged in, otherwise log in. First thing we want to do is do a little cleanup. So let's go to plugins. We're going to highlight both of these, tick that box, go ahead and delete, apply, say OK. And we want to go to settings. We want to make sure this is unchecked, which is the default. Change the time zone to the appropriate location. And click Save Changes. Go to Settings Reading. And I'm going to recommend discouraging search engines from indexing your site. This is a membership site. It's not where you're going to make the sale per se. Click on Save Changes. Go to Media. I would untick the Organize My Uploads into month and year-based folders. Click on Save Changes. Under Settings, we want to go to Permalinks, choose Post Name, click on Save Changes. Now, let's go to Pages, check the sample. We are going to tick that, move to Trash, click Apply, and that's it. We've done the basic setup for WordPress. Next up is ActiveCampaign. And ActiveCampaign, we're going to set up automations, tag, a list, and this is where some login automation comes into play. So you want to log into your ActiveCampaign account, click on Lists. You want to add a list. Click on Add. Now we want to go to Contacts and then Manage Tags. And we want to create 4 tags per membership that we're going to create. Now, if it's not a subscription membership, we don't need to include the 4th, but for sake of completeness, I'm going to do that. I'm going to call my product Online Membership, and this is the format I'm going to use. I'll show you that in just a minute after I click on Submit. And let's take a look at these tags real quick. Now, for every membership you create, you want to create something tags unique to that. And my format is always want to start with something all in caps that represent a category, in this case, customer. Online membership is the product. So for instance, we're going to have a product called Online Membership inside ThriveCart. We're also going to have a membership level called Online Membership. We also want to have a tag that has a -active and -inactive that represents whether they're current with their payment or not. And then finally, this is for the last one is for subscriptions if you want to allow people to stay to the end of a monthly subscription. So if it's a one-off purchase, you don't need this. If it's a subscription, I recommend it. Now we're going to go to automations. So I'm going to click on automations, and keep in mind, online membership is the name of my product. I've got a number of automations I want to import, and this is where the cheat sheet you downloaded comes in handy. So create an automation, paste in the URL after you click on import an automation. So now you want to click on import. It's going to prompt you to fill out some things potentially. In this case, the tags are already the same as I expected. We want to create an automation, import an automation, click on import. Now, we're going to come back and change this, but we don't have the information we need. So the only thing we need to do is go ahead and change this to active and go back to automations. Click on create an automation, import an automation, paste that in there, click on import. Now we want to click on get started. And this is the reason we do things in order. So the automation we want is the MBR Gen Pass that we just, and I believe it's just this one right here. I've got two that are identical. That's not smart. Click on next. So select field, and this is going to be password. Click on next. Now you want to do send an email. It needs to be your name, your email. Click on next. This is password. Click on next. Send a notification. Make sure this is your name, your email. And then you want to send it to likely yourself or somebody who's doing support for you. Click on next. And then click on done. Now we want to also go to this welcome email and edit it to what's appropriate for your business. So for instance, this needs to be, and I would highlight that and then go there, make sure that's replaced, click on OK. So that's your WordPress site, your membership. Go ahead and click on next, click on finish, click on active, and then go back to automations. I want to create another automation. Click on import, click on the name, and change this to the appropriate name for your product. In my case, it's online membership. Save that. Now we want to click on get started. We want to subscribe to, when they subscribe to the main list, the one that we created for this, select an automation to enter, and this is the 30-day one. Online course, subscription cancel 30 days. Click on next. And this is your membership login. And as you can tell, I have a bunch of those. Click on apply, click on done. Now, if this product is not a subscription, you can remove this safely. You just click on this and it deletes. Now we need to go back up and change the tag names. So this needs to be specific to the product, customer dash online membership inactive, and then I can remove that one. Click on save. And this is going to be the active. So we're removing the inactive, we're adding the active, and then we're adding just the main customer tag. And then removing that. So just want to point out, we're being very consistent in our naming convention. It's an online membership is the name, so it's part of this. We've changed the tags to reflect that. We may or may not need this. This is always going to be here because we want to send them their login information. And then finally, we make this active. Now, back to automations. Click on create an automation, import an automation. Click on import. Actually, let me fix that. Online membership. Click save. Change the name to the appropriate tag. And that's the active tag. Get rid of what was already there. Click on save. And we're going to put the inactive tag. Click on that to remove. Click on save. Click on active. So we've changed the name, we've changed the tags, and we've made it active. Now go back to automations. And one thing I'm noticing, I did not rename this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And as I look closer, I should have changed these tags, and I'm guessing I don't have an annual tag now, but that's all right. I'm going to create one. Click on add, and I probably didn't do this down here. Good for me. Update that. And looks like these need to be replaced. Now we can move on. Click on Create an Automation, Import an Automation, paste the URL, click on Import, and yes, I'm doing nothing in this automation. Typically, I don't want to handle this because it normally doesn't happen. We could send ourselves a reminder to follow up with this person. I'd recommend, for instance, just putting in a 1-day wait. So if for some reason somebody goes to this, you might happen to notice it. Again, I don't think this happens often, so it's really not worth it. I'm going to change it to active and go back to automations. And you know what I just noticed? We should probably change this. Click on Automations, Create an Automation, Import an Automation. Click on Import. For now, we're not going to put anything in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and make it active and go back. And let me change the name of that too. Back to automations, create an automation, import an automation. Click on import. First thing I'm going to do is actually change the name. Click on save. Click on get started. So we want the cancel 30-day automation, the online membership subscription, cancel 30 days. Click on next, and then we're going to put them right back in there. So this is the same automation. Click on done. And the way this works is when somebody makes a payment, we remove them from this automation. We're going to change these tags, and then we're going to put them right back in there. So their 30-day or 365-day countdown timer starts again. So now let's make sure these tags are correct. Remove that tag, keep that one. Change it to active. We made sure the name is correct. So now we're going to go back to automations, create an automation, import an automation, paste that in there. Click on import. So we'll change the name, click on save. We're going to change these tags. Remove the one that was already there, click on save. And make it active. So the name's been changed, it's active, and the tags have been changed. Back to automations. Click on Create an Automation, click on Import an Automation, paste the URL in, click on Import. First thing we'll do is change the name of the automation. Click on Save, click on Get Started, and make sure it's sent from you, by you. Click on Done, edit the tag, remove this tag, click on Save. My recommendation is not to use this because we want to use the built-in capability that ThriveCart provides, which is a better experience for getting them to pay. But just for sake of completeness, what I'm going to do here is edit this email and show you what you would change. Otherwise, I'd recommend deleting this email. So we want to send them to what's called the Customer Hub in ThriveCart. So you need to know this part of your ThriveCart account. Everything else is the same, it's just this part prior to the .thrivecart needs to be yours. But for now, I'm going to click on Next, click on Finish, and actually I'm going to delete this email. It's still available, you could reuse it, and then make this active. So the name's been changed, it's active, we're doing some tag changes, we are not sending an email to remind them to pay. And now we want to go back to automations. We want to click on create an automation, import an automation, paste that in there, click on import, and then we want to change the name. And then remove this, click on save, click on active. So the name's changed, it's active, and we've modified the tag name. Back to automations, and I'm going to look for, well, they're all right here. So there should be about 8 online membership automations, and then one for login and one for MBR Gen Pass. So I've got 4 subscriptions. I've got a little more, sorry. And then 4 main automations for abandon, decline, plus I've got the membership login, and then I've also created the MBR Gen Pass automation, which is going to be on the second page right there. And as you can tell, I've already used this before, so I'm being a little dangerous with this. So I should really rename this or this one. So that takes care of the automations. Now we want to go to Settings, click on Developer, and we want to copy the API access URL and key, save that to a text file. And now we want to go to Tracking, and we want to add in a couple things. So we may be coming back to this later if you don't already have your ThriveCart account set up. But what it's going to be is your ThriveCart account, and I've already set this up right there, and that's the important part. So you would do something like include all website pages, click on Add. That's not mine, so I'm actually going to delete it. So next we're going to install the BuddyBoss theme. And what this does for us, it organizes it nicely and gives a nice layout to work with that we don't have to do much with to get it to work properly. Now you want to go to BuddyBoss and purchase the BuddyBoss for LearnDash theme. So click on Buy Now and Purchase. Be sure to save your login details to a file. You want to download BuddyBoss, so click on Login. So you should be on a page that says buddyboss.com/my-account, and you want to download all of these: the theme, child theme, platform, and platform pro. So click on Download for each one. And one other thing you want to do is you want to go to buddyboss.com/free-downloads/buddyboss-updater.php. That will download another plugin, the Update plugin. Now, from my account, you want to click on Subscriptions, and you're going to want to copy your key and save it to a text file. So copy that key, save it to a text file. Now, back to your WordPress site. We're going to first upload the theme, then the plugins. So to start with, you want to go to Appearance, Themes, Add New. We're going to upload a theme, choose a file, and find the BuddyBoss theme. So it may have some numbers after it, which represents the version. And this is a large file, so you may have problems. If this doesn't work, we have an alternative. Click on Open, click on Install Now. Okay, let's try again. Okay, alternatively, you want to go to your hosting cPanel, click on File Manager, go to Public HTML, WP Content, Themes, click on Upload, and then go ahead and drag the theme up to there. Once it's turned green, go ahead and click on Go Back. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on Extract, close that. I'm going to go back and see if this is now working. So if I click on Themes, there's the BuddyBoss theme. Okay, so let's continue with the regular method. It's possible that because that was a large file, I wasn't able to open that properly. But let's go ahead and activate it. We can close this. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to Appearance, Themes. We're going to add new, upload theme, choose file. This time we're going to use the child theme. Click on Open, Install Now, and then click on Activate. Close that. Now we want to go to Plugins, Add New, Upload Plugin, choose File. Let's do the BuddyBoss Platform plugin. Not the Pro, we'll do the Platform first. Click on Open, Install. Okay, looks like I need to upload that one. So inside here, I want to go up a level. This time I want to go to WP Plug, I want to go into the Plugins file. So it's WP Content, Plugins directory. I'm going to upload the platform. Click on Open. Now we're going to click the BuddyBoss platform. We're going to extract. Click on Extract. Okay, let's go back. Go to Installed Plugins. We're going to activate that. Now we're going to add another one. Click on the Pro. Open that. Install now. Activate. We're going to add new. Again. Upload plugin. Choose file. Click on Updater. Open that. Install now. And then we're going to activate it. Okay, we do need to do this activation here, but before we do that, let's go to Appearance and make sure we've got the right one. Appearance, Themes, and we want to make sure this is active, which it is. We don't want the parent BuddyBoss theme, we want the BuddyBoss child to be activated. Now let's go back to Plugins, Installed Plugins. Everything is already activated. Now we want to click on Activate Your Product Licenses. So this is where we need to paste in the key and your purchase email, then click on Update License. Okay, and if you're successful, it'll say something like this. It'll tell you you're activated. Now what we want to go to is BuddyBoss Theme Options. Click on Header. We want to go down to Shopping Cart, and we're going to hide this. We're not using the Shopping Cart capabilities. Then click on Save Changes. We will come back here, set up LearnDash once we have it installed. Now we want to go to BuddyBoss Components. So we are optionally going to untick the account settings. You can leave that there. I don't recommend it. Definitely want to untick notifications, activity feed, and then change this to deactivate and apply. So now we want to go to Settings, Profiles, and then we want to untick this and click on Save Settings. Next, go to LearnDash and Purchase. So you want to get this. Make sure you save your login details to a file. So next thing to do is log into LearnDash if you're not already. You want to be in the Downloads area and click on Download LearnDash. And then click on License Details. And you're going to want to copy your license key and save it to a file. Now, we're going to go back to WordPress. We're going to go to Plugins. Add New, Upload Plugin, choose File, select LearnDash. So you want to click on Activate Plugin. Once you've done that, click on LearnDash, Settings, and we can go to LMS License, or we could click here. Either one works. So you need to enter your email and your license, and then click on Update License. And assuming everything works, you're going to get a message back. It says your license is valid. Now, I clicked on General to come back here because what I'm looking for is this add-ons, which shows up now. Click on that. And we are only going to install the course grid. Click on Activate Plugin. So this is the list of plugins we have so far. BuddyBoss, BuddyBoss Platform, Updater, LearnDash LMS, and LearnDash LMS Course Grid. Now we want to go back to BuddyBoss. Go to Theme Options, and we should see LearnDash. I'm going to recommend you turn Course Date off. And also Course Participants off, and then Save Changes. So back to LearnDash, and we're going to go to Courses. Add your first course. I'm going to call it Online Membership. I'd recommend providing a short description. And the one area you're probably going to want to customize is the featured image. Click on Set Featured Image. Now go across to Builder, and you want to click on New Lesson. Actually, my recommendation is to always start with a number. That way it's easy to know what the order is. I'm going to call this Introduction. Click on Add Lesson, click on Settings. I want to enable the custom lesson order. My recommendation is do it by menu order and do it ascending. And you want to have this as open. Actually, don't touch anything else except for potentially down here. If you leave it at linear, that means they have to complete the first lesson before they go to the next. It's your choice. I'm going to say freeform. I'm going to go ahead and click on Publish, Publish again. And you know what? I'm going to go back to the course page. I don't want to go online membership. Okay, I just want to review. There's the lesson. That's the first selection. I'm going to add another one just so we can see. Add that. Okay, and you can rearrange these. You can drag them up and down if you want. Let's just go back and show you how you could alternatively do back. Yes, I'm going to leave. And I'm going to go to Lessons, and there's the two lessons I have. And notice they're associated with this course. I'm going to show you an alternative way, so let's do Lesson 3, or the third lesson. Go to Settings, and here's where you want to pick the associated course. And it's the only one we have. And there are some options here. In general, I'm going to leave it as immediately. I'm going to go ahead and publish again. Now, for sake of completeness, I'm going to go back and actually create a topic which goes underneath a lesson. So the hierarchy is courses, lessons, then topics. So I'm going to click on topics here, click on add new, click on settings, and here's where we want to go. So I want to go to associated course, which is this, and the associated lesson. So where do I want to put it under? So I'm going to put it under something, which is number 3. Actually, let's do number 2, getting started. Go ahead and click publish, then publish again. If we go back here, let's just take an overview here. So we've got one course, we've got multiple lessons that are associated with that course, and right now we have one topic associated with that course in a particular lesson. You're going to want to keep adding the appropriate number of lessons and topics in the hierarchy that you want. We need to create a home page for our website. So we want to go to Pages, Add New. Now, you don't want to put a title in here. We want that to be blank. You do want to click on the plus sign here and search for short code. Click on that, paste this in. It's in square brackets, LD underscore course underscore list, order by equals, and then double quotes title, order equals, double quotes ASC, so ascending. Now, click on publish and publish. So we're going to use this as our home page. Now, let's go back, go to settings, reading, change this to a static page. We're going to select the one that we just created. It's the one that doesn't have a title. Click on Save Changes, and then you're going to want to just visit your new membership home page. There it is. So you've got your first course. In this case, it has multiple lessons with one topic. Okay, ActiveMember 360 plugin. This is what's going to control the different membership levels, access, and it's got this great auto login capability, which makes for a much better user experience. So you want to go ahead and purchase ActiveMember 360. When you're done, you want to log in, and I've already done so, it looks like. And then go ahead and click on download. Okay, back to WordPress, go to plugins, add new, upload plugin, choose file, select it, click on open, install now. Go ahead and activate the plugin. Now you want to go to settings for ActiveMember 360, and this is where you want to paste in your ActiveCampaign API URL and key that you previously saved. And then I recommend leaving a note that says when you did this. And then click on Save Changes. Now click on License Status, and it should say Active and Premium. Go to Plugin Options under ActiveMember 360. Click on Login Settings. Always require login no. Allow login without a membership tag set to yes. Click on Save Changes. Go to Security Options. Scroll down and provide a security code. Do not use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like I just did. And you're going to want to enable auto login module. We're going to come back once we have the ThriveCart secret key and update this. Click on Save Changes. Now go to Membership Levels. Now we're going to create one called. So now we're going to go search for the appropriate tag. And we want to take the active version. So customer-product name-active. Not a bad idea to put your name in here too to make note of when you did this. Click on Save Changes. Don't click on Add Membership Level. That doesn't save for you. Click on Extensions. Click on LearnDash. Click on Leave yourself a note to click on Save Changes. Go down to a Site Event Tracking. Click on Click on for Site Tracking. Click on Save Changes. Under ActiveMember 360, go to Webhooks. Turn this to No and leave yourself. Click on Save Changes. Now you want to go back to your ActiveCampaign account and go to Developer, Settings here, Developer. Click on Manage Webhooks. And you want to make sure that there is no webhook associated with your website that you just added ActiveMember 360 to. So in this case, my site is IntegratePro Demo, and I do not see a webhook. We do not want to use the automatic webhook capability. It can be problematic, hence the reason we're not doing this. So that's all the setup for now for ActiveMember 360. We will come back here and update the auto login capability with ThriveCart once we have that set up. So now what we want to do is we want to take this link, and this will be your domain, but we want to have $MBR GenPass equals, and then whatever the security code is. I told you not to use 12345. I went ahead and did it anyways. And this may or may not be on a subdomain or subdirectory, but get the appropriate URL with the $MBR GenPass 12345. We're going to go back to ActiveCampaign. We're going to go to Automations, and we're going to go to the ActiveMember 360 Member GenPass that we created. And because I've got multiple ones with the same name, I'm going to change this slightly. Save that, and I want to update this webhook. So we don't want to use what's in there. We want to paste in what I just have, which has the $MBR GenPass and whatever the security code is that we came up with. Click on Save. So that's it for the ActiveMember 360. So next we want to set up ThriveCart. ThriveCart's where we're going to take payment. It's the product's going to be set up in there. It's connected to our auto login capability, and it's going to connect directly to ActiveCampaigns so we can run email automations based on purchase, cancellation, refund, payment failure, a cart abandonment. So go ahead and purchase ThriveCart from here. Make sure to save your login details, and you want to sign in. I've already got access to multiple ones. I'm going to go to an account. I want to go to settings. We want to view integrations. Now notice I've already set some things up. Anything that has view settings is already set up. I've connected Stripe, PayPal, and in particular ActiveCampaign. Easy to do. You just follow the video instructions that they give you here for both PayPal and Stripe. You're basically logging into those accounts. You can use one or both or one or the other. ActiveCampaign is basically you need to provide your API key and API URL. Just click on these to, when it says integrate now, to set those up. That's all you have to do for that. Now, one thing you want to do, and this is a powerful feature, this may or may not be available in your account, but if it is, you want to go to Manage Dunning. And you're going to want to, my recommendation is you want to let ThriveCart handle this. Dunning is when somebody's payment has failed for a subscription. You want to automatically follow up. I just recommend using the default setups that they have. You can modify the emails, but the big thing that ThriveCart does is it allows you to send emails automatically. And if somebody can pay, they click a link which automatically logs them into their Customer Hub account where they can make payment. So I recommend enabling this and leaving everything else as default. Click on Save Settings. Now you want to go to Settings and then Account-Wide Settings, Customer Hub. I do not recommend allowing customers to cancel directly their subscriptions. It's up to you. It's a convenience thing. Yes, they can do it, but if my recommendation is they have to contact you and then you cancel their subscription. So make note of this URL here. This is what we need to take back to ActiveCampaign. And I'm going to show you, and again, if you recall, I deleted this email. I am not using this, but if you don't have Dunning, this is what you want to do. So I'm going to go to Payment Fail, Subscription Fail. And again, only if you're doing subscription and only if you're not having ThriveCart handle the Dunning process for you. So there's that email. I'm going to edit that, and then I'm going to change this link, and that's it. Again, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to use the built-in Dunning process that ThriveCart provides, but if you wanted to, this is what you would use. So notice I did not add that email back. Now go to, one more thing, Settings, API and Webhooks. And you want to go to ThriveCart Order Validation and click on View Settings. Go ahead and copy that, or you can generate a new one. And then you keep that handy because we're going to go back into ActiveMember 360 with that. So I'm going to leave this here. I'm going back to ActiveMember 360, plug in Options, Security Options, and I want to go ahead and paste in the ThriveCart key and then click on Save Changes. Now I'm going to click on, back to ThriveCart, I'm going to click on Products, and I want to click on Create Product. It's going to be a digital product, create new product. Give it an appropriate name. I've already named mine Online Membership. This is consistent with my naming convention for tags, automations, membership levels, and LearnDash course. For now, I'm going to leave it in test mode. Click on Next. You're going to want to set the product price. Click on that. And if it's a one-time fee, you don't need the subscription stuff. But if it's a subscription, you can have some variation on this. I'm going to do subscription, and there's a lot of options here. Monthly, annual, quarterly, every 6. There's a bunch of stuff you can do in there. Additionally, you can have a trial period for a certain amount of time and number of rebills. In general, we're probably going to want to have it infinite, but let's just say a $99 per month. Today's price is $99. However, let's say if I change this to, let's say 7 days. So they get charged 7 days, $99 now, and then starting 7 days later, it will be $99. But if I was to get rid of that trial, it's every basically month. Number of rebills, it can be custom, but I'm going to leave it as indefinite. You can update the invoice, and I'm not going to set a limit. I'm going to click on Next, click on Save. If you wanted, I could do an annual version. I could also add another price option that's annual. For instance, it might be $999 a year. For now, I'm just going to do one. I'm going to scroll down, click on Next. No bump offer in this case. Click on Processors. And I would have had to have already set these up. I have. I know I've got Stripe. I know I've got PayPal. And I think I've already got that enabled. And that will probably work. I'm not going to do Authorize Net. Click on Next. I'm not going to have affiliates in this case. Fulfillment. Now, there's a few different things you can do. What I'm going to recommend is actually you use the ThriveCart default thank you page. It's better for tracking purposes, and we do have a way to enable the auto login capability if need be, straight from here. Click on Next. I'm going to use the new carts, and I'm going to recommend the sales cart. You have the most flexibility in my opinion there. You want to click on Next, or you can simply click on Design, because it will take you to Design where you want to click on Launch Editor. This is where I would recommend you customize it. You've got a number of things you can drag in and drop in there. I like to collect a little bit more information. I'm going to say first and last, potentially address. Where are you? Down here. So it's up to you how much you want to collect. You can have an opt-in box that says, do you want to send me marketing emails? And you can trigger behavior based on that. I'm not going to do that. Same with terms and conditions. And what's nice here is you can actually have them simply, you can put in a URL to your terms and conditions. It's required for them to tick it if it's shown there. You can collect additional information which is sent to the invoice. And then you can certainly change the colors. I am going to leave it like this for the default. Success page, pretty basic. And this is where we have the chance potentially to update this, but I would recommend at the very least, put a video that says thank you if you've got that face to camera video saying thank you. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that. You do have the option right here between desktop and mobile to rearrange things specific to mobile. It is a little bit limited. It's not super flexible, but it certainly works. So I would do that. Continue on to Next. Go to Next here. And I'm going to recommend Custom because we want to put in our ActiveCampaign tracking. So back to ActiveCampaign, go to Settings, Tracking. Scroll down and notice I've got this URL, which is associated with ThriveCart. I'm going to copy all of this code right here. Back to ThriveCart, add this in here. Additionally, you can add Google Tag Manager, Facebook, Google Analytics, whatever you want. You can do it directly and let them handle it, or you can put in your own code down here. Click on Next. Now we want to set up behavior rules. This is where we connect to ActiveCampaign. So click on Add a Rule when the main product is purchased, and notice we have a number of things. We're going to do these 4 right here. Then we're going to do recurring payments made, subscription payment fails. We're going to skip the 1, 2, 3. We're going to do refund and canceled, and we're letting ThriveCart handle all the dunning information. So let's do purchase, ActiveCampaign, add them to an automation. And we want to go find the appropriate, and it's going to be at the bottom. So I'm going to look for the main purchase. So it's the main product is purchase. It happens to be the main purchase automation. Continue with the next step, which is refund. Main product is refunded. Now, if we were just selling a product that had a one-off price, these are the only options we'd see, these four. These other ones only show up if you have a subscription product, which is what we do in this case. So if they make a subscription payment, we put them into the subscription pay automation. As a sanity check, I just want to kind of skim through. On purchase, we put them into a purchase automation. Refund, refund. Abandon, abandon. Decline, declined. Paid, pay. Failure, failure. Refund, refund. Cancellation, cancel. And then we click and save and get URL. And then copy this URL right here and save it. You can also view checkout from here. And notice we're in test mode. Congratulations, we have everything set up. Now we need to make sure everything's connected properly. And to be honest, along the way we did connect stuff. We're gonna sanity check to make sure that works. And just to understand, here's kind of how the connections work. ActiveCampaign. So when somebody purchases in ThriveCart, that information is sent to ActiveCampaign. ActiveCampaign sends that information effectively to ActiveMember 360, which allows somebody to access the course in LearnDash. If somebody logs in, ActiveMember 360 sends information or checks in with ActiveCampaign to make sure that person has access. Now at this point, hopefully you have a text file that has all of your login details so that you can easily get into your different accounts. To start with, we're going to WordPress. We want to go to Pages. We want to go to ActiveMember 360, just underneath the front page. And just to be safe, we want anyone at any time to be able to see this page. And then click on Update. Then go ahead and close that. And then let's double check. We've already done this, but we're going to just go back into our ActiveMember 360 MBR Gen Pass, and I renamed it. And we want to make sure that we've got the right URL and security code, which of course I should change. So there it is with MBR Gen Pass equals 12345. And then just to be certain, we want to look inside here, make sure tracking is set up such that our ThriveCart account is being tracked properly, and we've included all pages. So there's our ThriveCart page, and all pages are being tracked. Now let's double check that our developer webhook. Okay, great. The webhooks on our website are not enabled. Let's go into LearnDash. Actually, let's go to BuddyBoss. We have to make sure. We've already done this, I'm pretty sure, but let's just make sure. Theme options, LearnDash. Course date and course participants are off. And then we want to go into ActiveMember 360. Plugin options, go down to security options, and make sure the ThriveCart secret key is set. There's the security code. I've got to change that. Auto login's enabled, and the ThriveCart key is right there. Okay, next step is to go live. And what that means is test, and test, and test, and test again. Incognito. So that's literally what it is. We've set everything up, we've connected it. Now we need to make sure it works. And before we do that, we want to make sure we set up one course, and we actually set up a couple lessons and one topic. This needs to be completed before you go live. And from the one-page cheat sheet that I provided, you should have something that looks like this. Now, I've already done this previously at one time, but the point is we want to make sure we document what we've tested to make sure it's working properly. If you have any problems, I typically recommend highlighting things in yellow. So that means you need to come back and fix that. So what we want to do, are we testing live or in test mode? In general, do not in live, maybe once, just to make sure money goes through. Desktop and mobile, I'd recommend at least one of each. All the browsers, whatever browsers, and I'll be honest, in theory, all of this is going to work. This is just paranoia. And product, yes, there's a product. No, there's an upsell. No, there's a downsell. We didn't talk about upsells, downsells, but that is an option. For instance, somebody could purchase your monthly subscription. The upsell could be an annual that cancels out the monthly. So those are options too. Make sure you note where the thank you page is. So once you've made a purchase, just paste the link in there. What email did you use? Verify which tags you have on, tags have, and then of course, check your email. Did you get the login details that you expected? Was it a success or not? If it's no, mark it as yellow, figure out why. And that's it. Congratulations, you've successfully set up a membership site. Go to IntegrateProGuide.com to get the cheat sheet that goes with this video.